Namaste, Jai Shri Ram. Today I'm going to read my son's history civics book with you, and this is a resource book given by his school, History and Civics. I've deliberately hidden the name of the school. He's in high school now, and I'll quickly go through the table of contents for you. History Unit 1 is Ottoman Empire. In that you have 3 sections: Empire Building, Life and Times in the Empire, How Magnificent was Suleiman. Unit 2 is all about Delhi Sultanate, and Unit 3 is about Vijayanagar and Bahmani kingdoms. Then there is Civics, in which Unit 1 is Being Civil and Living Civics, and Unit 2 is The Powers That Be. Why in history book for Indian student is Ottoman Empire included in so much detail? It runs in pages, and the child reads this for whole of the year. He has to mug up every single detail. Then it goes on to write about the invaders, Turkish invasion, and the Delhi Sultanate. So Delhi, before Delhi Sultanate, there is this Turkish invasion in which Mahmud of Ghazni, he came and he didn't wish to set up any rule. He just wanted to loot India, the great man. So he left. Muhammad of Ghor, he was very visionary. He wanted to set up a rule in India. Then from him begins the Delhi Sultanate, in which the first is Slave dynasty, second Khilji dynasty, third Tughlaq dynasty, fourth Sayyid dynasty, and fifth Lodi dynasty. When they are mentioning about Muhammad of Ghor, your Raja Prithviraj Chauhan, is just an incident in the life of the great Muhammad of Ghor. All these invaders have been alternately described as strict, compassionate, wise fool, weak, again strict, compassionate, something like that. Okay, some adjectives, very nice adjectives have been given to them to whitewash over what they did. They looted India, they sucked the blood out of Indians, they raped Indian children and women, they sent them as slaves to foreign countries, far off countries. That all has been whitewashed. No mentioning is there. No mentioning. For a whole year you are reading this crap about invaders. The story should have been about Maharaj Prithviraj Chauhan. Story should have been about the Rajputs before him and after him. Story should have been how these people defended the borders of India, where they failed, what was their shortcomings. But no, focus is on invaders, and our kings have become an incident in the lives of those invaders. And barely, none of these people's dynasty lasts for a few decades. Our kings have ruled for thousands of years. If you talk about Pandyas, Cholas, Chalukyas, Pallavas, Ahoms, Marathas, Rajputs, these kings have ruled for years, and they were rulers in the true sense. They were like a father figure. Many of them were great Sanskrit scholars. Many of them were mathematicians or very good in astronomy. All of them made sure that the country is well suited for trade and agriculture. Excellent town planners they were. So good irrigation system they provided. India became rich because the rulers were of so, elite class. Not just by money, by their education, by their character, they were such high class people. But none of the mentioning of our rulers, only about invaders. When you read the accounts of all the foreign travelers, what do you see? Pick up any Greek traveler or Chinese traveler. What has he written in his chronicles? He has described India as a very, very rich country. Such beautifully well planned cities, such magnificent temples, such excellent libraries. Such magnificent armies. You hear it from those people, but you don't hear it in your own history book. No mentioning at all of how our kings defended our land, where they fell short. I accept there must have been some traitors. That's where we had to bear the brunt of invasions. But then isn't it your responsibility to teach your children that, yeah, our rulers were great, but then these were the faults. This is the reason we became enslaved. No, nothing. Nothing at all. No mentioning. Akbar is great, they write. What did he do? He used to sell Hindu women. But there is no mentioning of all that. These people are still great. And Maharaj Prithviraj Chauhan is just an incident in the life of Muhammad of Ghor. Yeah, minor resistance here and there, but mainly these people were the heroes, according to our historians. How distorted is this history? This scrap the child reads for the entire year, and you expect a Hindu child to have the backbone to tomorrow feel proud of his rich cultural heritage? Do you expect him to defend the borders of this country based on this knowledge? The knowledge or lack of it that you are giving to your children through these history books? Won't you have the sense to present information in such a way that it helps your children, it equips them, it tells them of their glorious past, and it tells them why we came to the present because of certain faults? There is always a lesson to be learned. If you don't focus on the history of a country, you soon become a history yourself. I heard somewhere, I don't know, this is not my line, but I was very impressed. The only thing I have learned from history is that I have learned nothing at all. That's what I feel at the end of reading this book. And it's shameful. We have so much to talk about. We have so much to tell our children in the forms of stories, in the forms of folklores. We can really, instill that self-pride in them. I'll continue this next time. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.